Welcome to the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. I'm Star Sports Editor Ryan Finley here with Zach Rosenblatt. We've been breaking down Arizona at the midway point of the 2015 season. Right now they're 4-2 overall, 1-2 in Pac-12 play, have a fairly winnable stretch of games against Colorado, Washington, and Washington State coming up. Special teams does not get a lot of attention, Zach. This year's team, you could make the argument that Drew Riggleman and Casey Skowron might be two of their 10 best players. Here at the midway point, I think that we have somehow escaped the kicking and punting problems that have dogged Arizona for quite a long time.
Skowron, he has missed a couple field goals this year that he shouldn't have, but the most exciting part about him is that he's become like one of their best special teams tacklers. He forced a fumble that the team insists they thought it was actually a fumble against Oregon State.
It got overturned. Yeah.
Then Rich Rod's made jokes that he thinks he can play linebacker. He's smaller than me, so I don't know if he should. But yeah, Drew Riggleman, outside of Tom Hackett, which he's probably the best punter in college football. He's second to him, but only by a yard, I think, in punt average, which is really impressive. And he's putting the defense in good position. They just haven't really been able to do much with it with all the injuries. But he might be their defensive MVP right now, for all we know.
Absolutely. He's been putting Arizona's opponents in bad field position and really giving the defense a little bit more of a chance, especially when Arizona struggled against both Stanford and UCLA. Riggleman was a big help for them.
He's been going to work. A punter, it's kind of funny because you don't want them to go to work, but
right.
He's been going to work and he's been effective when he's been in there. So it's been an interesting dynamic with him.
Super interesting dynamic. I think, to me, the most interesting thing going forward in the next 6 weeks is the reemergence or the health of Tyrell Johnson. He came back last week, touched the ball only a few times, but when he did, you just sit there and go, whew, fastest guy on the team. Little guy, fast guy. To me, that screams kickoff return, punt return, and maybe that'll give Arizona a chance to break a few. This is a team that has not done a whole lot in the return area really over the last couple of years. And they place such an emphasis on special teams and on speed. I think it's only going to be a matter of time before Tyrell Johnson gets loose.
Yeah, if not a touchdown, then at least bringing them to the other side of the field, which I don't even know if they've seen that this season. But yeah, he's a guy that you want on the field because of his speed. You just saw it right away, even coming off the injury. And Rich Rod even talked this week how they're going to try and get him in at running back, and he's a receiver. And I think returning is where he could be one of their most valuable guys, because there's not many people in the conference as fast as him.
Sure, and in a way, if you put him in, you take some of the pressure off Devontae Neal, who's now learning a new position at cornerback, has been banged up a little bit. Maybe you keep then Devontae Neal a little bit safer so he can play every snap on defense.
I was originally surprised they haven't really used Cam Denson as a returner, because we saw at South Point what he can do, but he's had a kind of focus on secondary because he struggled at times and he's young. But yeah, Tyrell, they need the good field position, because there are times when they go 3 and out pretty quickly, and you don't want to be in your own territory when that happens.
Sure. Here's a big question for you, Zach. Arizona has 6 games left. Last year we saw at least 2 games come down to field goals from Casey Skowron. Can you see any of these games going forward coming down to Casey Skowron's right foot?
Yeah, I think the Washington game is going to be really close. I think the Washington State game might be closer than, especially seeing what they just did to Oregon. I don't know if that's saying much anymore.
Right.
And then, last year against USC pretty much has the same team this year, minus a few guys. Leonard Williams is gone, which Arizona's probably happy about. But yeah, I'd say over/under 2 or 3 games, that comes down to a field goal.
Right. If it does, I think Arizona's in pretty good shape. Skowron has been fairly consistent so far this year. He's missed 2 PATs, 2 field goals, but has not missed a big one for sure. Yeah. And then Riggleman, of course, has been very, very steady. I think maybe not. He might be the second best punter in America. Unfortunately, he's also the second best punter in his own league, which means he probably won't get the attention. But as we know with him, he's looking for one thing, and that's an invitation to the NFL Combine.
I was going to say, it's pretty cool if he's he's doing what he has to do to get a shot at that.
Right. You want to go to Indianapolis in February?
Yeah.
Okay. The only guy who wants to go to Indianapolis in the month of February, where it's freezing.
I'll follow Drew Riggleman everywhere he goes.
Freezing cold. That'll do it for this episode of the Arizona Wildcat Show, brought to you by Fry's Food Stores. For Zach Rosenblatt, I'm Ryan Finley. There are 6 games left in the next 6 weeks. I'm excited. You excited?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Let's do it.
We'll see you next time.
Try this matchup. Low prices and faster checkout. You can count on it at Fry's.